Okay, so today is all things broccoli. So I'm making our lunch right now because we're gonna have different types of broccoli for dinner. And I thought I'd just incorporate some for lunch too. So this is just nice, easy, quick salad to make, and then I'll just have a protein on the side. So we're gonna start with some Persian cucumbers. They're my favorite to use. I seem to have them in the house for Greek salads. Any kind of salad, I'm always adding a little bit of crunch with a cucumber. So I've got 2 Persian cucumbers I'm gonna slice up really fast. And then I have my broccoli. We're gonna use not just the broccoli florets, but also the stems. You know, like we were talking before, it's like all different types of maturity of broccoli with the florets, the stems, and the sprouts. They're all gonna be used in our bodies in different ways. So right now I'm just gonna use these. I like them in a salad. I don't like big chunks of broccoli myself. You can just chop them up if you like, but I'm kind of making them a little bit more, kind of minced up a little bit. So I'm gonna add those in here. 1 second. And again, I usually always have broccoli in my fridge because it does last a little bit longer than some of the other vegetables that you buy at the store, and then I keep them in my little containers that I've talked about before. So I've got my broccoli florets here, and then I'm gonna add the stems. Now, if I don't put the stems in here, I would always keep these and then put them in for later and have them in a slaw. So if I make a broccoli slaw, I already have the stems. They'll last in the fridge for a good, gosh, solid week, 2 weeks. So I've just got my stems I'm gonna add in here. I don't like to have a lot of waste. So here we go with that. And then I'm gonna add some green onions and some diced jalapenos. You could add seeded if you want. I could never eat the seeds, but if you like a little bit more spice, add some seeds in too. So here we have our salad, and now we're gonna go to the dressing. I'll share a few of my favorite dressings tonight with you all also as we're talking about dressings. But I think a lot of people are intimidated by making dressing because it just seems like a little too much work. But really, you just need a few simple ingredients, usually olive oil, and some vinegars is all you really need. This one is a mayo based. If you don't like mayo, it's okay. All you have to do is use maybe like tahini if you like tahini instead. I prefer using avocado mayo. I've never really liked mayo growing up, but I really like the avocado mayo. So 2 tablespoons of mayo, a half a tablespoon of sriracha. This is one that you buy, it's good for, shoot, I probably have had it a year, but I've used it all up. So it's a great one that adds a lot of zing to whatever you're making. 2 tablespoons of tamari or soy sauce. Also, if you want to save time, there's no reason to measure. Again, that's why we probably don't go to the work to do this. I'm going to use about one and a half tablespoons of sesame oil. I like to use Chosen, and I usually use this in dressings if I use it at all, or I'll finish a stir fry with it. I don't really cook with very much sesame oil as it does have a lower smoke point. And I'll just use regular oil and then finish it with my sesame. And then I've got about maybe a tablespoon of rice vinegar. Again, it's one of those things that I just have on hand and I always am using it in some kind of dressing. And then I'm just gonna add some onion powder, which I actually just forgot to get out. So a little bit of onion powder here. Holy cow, this onion powder has seen better days. Okay, real cooking right here. Okay, so here's my dressing. I'm just gonna mix it up. I mean, whenever I add like a creamy base to broccoli, it just seems a little bit richer, a little easier for me to eat, especially when it's raw. So if you don't like tamari, you don't like mayo, you could also make like a cashew mayo, which is super easy to make also, with some, my favorite raw organic cashews. So I'm just gonna pour this over my salad, give it a little bit of a mix. And this is actually a recipe that my son sent me. He made it at school one day. So you know if your college age kid is making it at school, that's pretty easy. Doesn't take very much time, and he really liked it. So I'll add some sesame seeds here. And I actually am gonna add some chopped cashews on top for a little bit more crunch. And then I'll just have our protein on the side, and this is lunch. So not very complicated, really yummy. Probably add a little bit of salt and pepper too.